About 7 details in bitachon. Sheva pratim bitachon. 7 details in bitachon, which are how you're supposed to distribute the bitachon in your life. So, for example, if we run on it again, so one of the examples are that the physical body, between in parnasah, you have to have bitachon b'Hashem with your family, friends, also people that they dislike, with the connection they have between a person and Kadosh Baruch Hu, the mission that a person has to have in this world. Everything has to have bitachon b'Hashem. Always has to have the aspect of bitachon b'Hashem. We spoke about. Now the question comes up that we're going to ask over here: why does he have to give it in detail? Just say betach b'akol. And everything you have to be betach b'Hashem. Everything, every small detail in life you have to have bitachon b'Hashem. Why say also in life, also in this, also in that? Every small detail you have to give why? What's the point that we're having over here? That every small thing he has to mention it. Charam al hamilim. You should have said everything in one word, and you have all these 7 part of it. And he says over here, וכיוון שכבר ביארתי לך את ההקדמות אשר בהם ייתכן הביטחון מן הבוטח על השם יתרומם ויתעלה, הריני חייב להסמיך לך בירור אופני הביטחון הנכונים בכל אחד משבעת הדברים, 7 התחומים, אשר בהם יבטח כל בוטח על השם או על זולתו, או חלילה על זולתו, אחד אחר אחד. So he says the reason why I give it to you detail by detail, one by one, to every single small, to tell you why, because I spoke to you already. We're in the 4th chapter. 3 chapters already speaking to you about introductions to bitachon b'Hashem, and now he's telling us the idea. We're supposed to understand what's the point, that where you're supposed to channel, where you're supposed to face the canon of bitachon to every single place in life. The place, the reason why we bring the details over here, brings the way of mindset of a person. The way of the mindset of a person has to be. הביטחון לא יכול להיות כללי בלבד. בטח בהשם בהכל. ביטחון בהשם cannot be something that someone tells you, yeah, I trust in God. It's like, yeah. It's not like, yeah, I put tefillin today. It's not, yeah, I put tefillin today. It's a whole work. Tefillin is a physical thing they put on you, and that's it. Bitachon b'Hashem has to be every 24, every single hour in 24 hours, every 20 seconds, every single second. What's the point of this? Why do you have to have every single second bitachon b'Hashem? It's not a muscle that you work out once. You have to work it constantly. If you don't work this out, that's it. It goes away. You have to work on this thing because every single moment you have challenges. Kadosh Baruch Hu minaseh otcha, tries you out. This week's parasha, and we read it just now. Let's pull it out. This week's parasha, and the aliyah, the first aliyah we just read it just now. It says a pasuk like this: וזכרת את הדרך אשר הוליכך השם אלוקיך אל 40 שנה במדבר למען ענותיך ולנסותך ולעשות את אשר בלבבך. Remember, Moshe Rabbeinu is telling us in Parashat Ekev, Morai v'Rabotai, do not remember the way that God brought us. It's not possible that a nation is going to survive 40 years in the desert. It cannot be. The 40 full years in the desert survive. And the reason why they died was because different balagan they did, the different things. But the idea over here is that, remember, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is trying you out, menaseh otcha. And the guy is trying you out to see where you're holding in life. And when God is trying you out in life, be happy. Even though it could be challenging in that moment. But later on, in 5, 6, 10 years later, you turn around and you laugh at it. Why? Because it made you stronger. Just want to bring this pasuk that I saw, and we read this in the Chitat. We read every single day the daily portion of the Torah. So when I saw it, it was very, very beautiful to bring it part of the bitachon. It's bitachon Hashem, and God is trying you in the right way. כדי שהביטחון יצא מן הכוח אל הפועל, יגיע ליישם מעשים, יש לדייק ולבאר כיצד הביטחון יתבטא בכל תחום ותחום. The reason why we brought every single detail, because the second I tell you, renovate the whole house. So they're going to go, I didn't tell you details, they're going to renovate over there, but if I tell you I need the kitchen to be like this, made like this, I need the bathroom to be like this, I need the roof to be like this, I need the guest room to be like this, I tell you details, each one, then you renovate, then you make it nice, right? If I just tell you renovate the house, make me a house, first going to make it. But if I show in every single idea and I put, okay, bitachon b'Hashem is very important between the physical body of the person. So now you know physical body of the person. In your parnasa, you have to have bitachon b'Hashem. Bitachon b'Hashem and parnasa, check. Bitachon b'Hashem between your colleagues in work, between the people even that you dislike. Bitachon b'Hashem. Now you know we shed light on these points. That you know from now on, these are the stuff that I have to have for bitachon b'Hashem. And these exact parts in life. In the way it's understood also, and there's something called hitbonenut. What's hitbonenut? The best thing to do is before the tefillah, 1 minute. You don't have to be 1 minute before the tefillah to stop and to think about the greatness of God. 1 minute before the tefillah. Try 1 minute before you put on the tefillin. After you say B'chot Torah, think for a moment, who's God? What is God? What is God to me? Look, I'm breathing. I woke up this morning, I'm breathing. What's the idea of Hitbonenut? The same idea over here. The same exact reason when I sit, close my eyes, and for 1 minute straight, I'm not thinking about anything. 100% thinking about Hakadosh Baruch Hu, and this that I'm alive. My wife's alive, Baruch Hashem, and breathing and healthy. My children, Baruch Hashem, and I'm happy. I have my father, my grandfather, my mother, my grandmother, my brothers, my sisters. That I'm sitting and I'm thinking, wow, it's such a great message that I have today, the great happiness that I have. When I think with this, and I grow with fear towards God because I see the greatness that He does, that He brings the sun up and the moon and down, and also the way of life and all the nature. That's one way. Or I could fall in love with God. How could I fall in love with God? Realizing all the good that He's giving me for no reason. What did I do? The same exact thing before you start work, before you go to school, before you do whatever. 1 minute before, think about the bitachon you have in God's hand. If I'm going to be successful, I'm going to do the surgery right now, I'm going to be successful. Why? 1 minute before, ani potach b'Hashem. Nothing's in my hand. If my hand moves right or left, I think I'm running it. But the reason why it's good, it's because HaKadosh Baruch Hu has already blessed me that this surgery is going to go good, Baruch Hashem. It's going to go through my hands. This brit milah is going to be right. Every single small thing, before I know, the reason why this is good, not because of me. Not me. I practice so much, I'm amazing. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants you this moment to succeed. We spoke about this also over here. There's dentists that by mistake pulled out the wrong tooth. There's brain surgeons that by mistake, instead of doing surgery on the left side, they're on the right side. How can this happen? They're so trained. Everything's in the hand of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Every single small detail in life, HaKadosh Baruch Hu has it in His hand. The same as I think you have to stop in that moment. Think. People think it's something, bitachon b'Hashem, move forward. Bitachon b'Hashem has to be something that you think in your mind, 100%, 1 minute before you get into that action. Because at one moment that you're making it part of your life, establishing it part of your life, a minute, 2 minutes of your life, wakes you up into a different reality. That I'm a great person. There's a story in Liadi, a place in, I'm not mistaken, Ukraine. Over there was a tailor. He was a very, very poor person. He goes over to the Baal Tanya and Baal Shulchan Aruch Harav, the Admor Zaken, and he tells them, I'm not succeeding in work, nothing. So the Baal Tanya tells them, when you have bitachon b'Hashem, you have to have it and internalize it, that you show it outwards, not only one. Remember, speak on Rosh Hashanah with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and tell Him that you're throwing on Him all the worries, because nothing is in your hands. Be'emet kachaya. On Rosh Hashanah, he told himself, that's it, I'm holding myself accountable, that nothing's on my hands. This year, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, everything's in your hand. And what happened in bottom line? He said before he came to work, he said, today, I'm doing this for you, God. I have bitachon that whatever is supposed to happen to me, the amount of money I'm supposed to get is going to come. After every single shirt that he finished tailoring, that he finished making, someone came to the door, he wants to buy it. Unbelievable. At the end of the year, he comes and says, such a successful year. So the Moses again, the Baal Time said, it's not me, it's not a brachot. The idea is the perspective that you're standing with. That every single moment before you start your day, every single moment before you, and you have awareness to the bitachon b'Hashem, awareness to the trust in God, that everything's in His hand, and all that I'm doing over here is a vessel in order to bring it down. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says this person is the real deal. He gives everything in a happy hand, open. And then the year, that guy was very successful. Why? He opened his eyes in a different perspective. A person can be sad and depressed. It's like we mentioned one time the story of a bit. This is a different. It's not exactly on the same lines. We could also bring it that someone does to himself the poison, screams that whatever he does, it does against him. This is in the Shkurat Bucharim. It's happened over there in the shuk over there. There was a person that used to sell fish, and when he sold fish, someone across from him opened also a fish store. So every single moment he used to sit outside and curse the people that were supposed to come to him to the other person. And my customers used to come to me on a daily basis, weekly basis, they're going to him. And when they go to him, he curses them out. The guys are helping people that are robbing me, stealing me. So he goes to Rabbi Zvulonov Shaul. He goes over to him and tells him, what should I do? The guy's stealing all my parnasah. I started telling him for an hour, what's all his problem? So he tells him, there's a big skula. Rabbi Zvulonov Shaul tells him, there's a great skula. What's a skula? Take newspaper and stick it on the glass of your store and stay inside the store. What's this gulav? Sticking up. He said, there's this gulav sticking up newspapers all over the glass of the store. We're gonna have parnasah. Okay, he gets newspapers, starts ripping them up and sticking them on the glass of the store. Right after that, what happens? He comes after a couple of weeks, a couple of months. He comes back to Rabbi Zvulonov Shaul, tells him, look, everything's Baruch Hashem amazing. I have no worries, parnasah. What's the secret of this gula, of this remedy of putting the newspapers? So he tells, in truth, what's the idea over here? That you don't look at your neighbor. Don't look at what he's doing. The people that are coming to him, let them shiubrim. They should go to him 100%. But whoever is coming to you, you come tell him, hello, good morning. You're not in a sour face. You're not face like, oh, you didn't go to him. Last week you went to him, I saw you going to him. You're happy. Korein, b'simcha ve'osher. You tell him, wow, thank you for coming, buying by me. Here, fish. I wrap it up for you. You want me to cut it up? You want me to do this? When you come in the happiness, the idea is you close your eyes on what's happening to my neighbor. Forget about it. Check what's happening with you. In the same exact way, bitachon b'Hashem, between colleagues, between people that you dislike also. You have to have bitachon b'Hashem, you have to believe. Baruch Adonai L'olam. Amen. Amen. Have a great day and successful day. Baruch Hashem.